What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we were supposed to be working on the cars, but I honestly don't feel like wrenching today. Instead, we're gonna go over 5 things I love about Toyota MR2's. Quick update on the cars though before we start the list. First we'll start with the teal car. Pretty much all the major stuff's been done. Right now it's just buttoning up all the little small things. I gotta say though, the small things typically take up most of the time. Now for my white MR2, I'm still driving this thing until it blows. It does need new end links. Other than that though, it's good for the moment. Now that we got the update out of the way, let's hop into that list. Now, number 5 on the list. That would have to be price point. These things are ridiculously cheap for what they are. Now, I got this car here ridiculously cheap, but given the whole situation, I don't think it's accurate. This car though, I got for $2,700. Now, just think about that. This is a mid-engine car, 5-speed, rear-wheel drive. I don't know many other options at that price point. I should also say I ended up getting parts with this, so when it was all said and done, I ended up having $2,500 into the final purchase price. My white MR2 is naturally aspirated, which is the lower end engine option, at least for the States. You can pick up a really nice MR2, maybe a V6 swap, turbo swapped, even original turbo for like 10 to 15K, which is still a great deal in my opinion. I think the only other cars in that like price category would be a Fiero, which are kind of cool. They're not my favorite cars. And then I think the Porsche Boxsters are getting pretty cheap now as well. I will say though, if you're gonna pick one up, do it sooner rather than later. These cars are only appreciating in value. As I mentioned, I have $2,500 into the initial purchase price of this car, but I've gotten offers of $4,000 to $5,000 on it the way it sits, which is really surprising considering it's crashed, but it is a hard top, so that adds some value. Number 4 on my list has to be the interiors of these cars. I just love how simple they are. When you get into them, you can see it's literally everything you need and nothing you don't. There's also the added cool factor that everything is centered around the driver. I mean, like, look at this. The passenger has nothing. I absolutely love it because it's so simple, and the fact that it's all about the driver. It makes it feel really special. My third favorite thing is how these cars look. When you got a really nice color on an MR2 like this one, it is freaking amazing. Everywhere I go, it turns heads. Honestly, in stock form, the body lines on these cars are so beautiful. Now, what I love about this car is that it's white, so you can see all the lines of the car. For example, here you got the spoiler, and you could see how it so gradually goes up. As you come along the car, you can see all the lines. Excuse the dirtiness, I do daily drive the car, but it's just gorgeous. Then you come to the front, and you have these bad boys. Honestly, the pop-ups have to be the coolest part of the car. I mean, it's just so 90s and JDM. I absolutely love it. Now, the second thing I love about Toyota MR2's is the reliability. For the purposes of this video, we are going to ignore this car in terms of the reliability. When you consider the swamp and everything that's been done to it, I don't think it really qualifies. But this car here, as I mentioned, is 100% bone stock. That has to be the like millionth time I've said this on the channel. I mean, the car has 205,000 miles on it. In the time I've owned it, I've done about 35,000 miles, 50-ish events. So that would include open track days and time attack events. I'm just really impressed. Even with the oil pressure issue that it's having, and that's just due to the oil pump leaking, this car is still going strong, and it's pretty ridiculous. There are 2 quick things I'd love to point out. When you start modifying cars like this one is, reliability typically goes out the window. There's always exceptions to that, but if you see a highly modified MR2 that's always broken, it's probably because it's modified. The second thing I'd like to mention is the fact that these are older cars now, so the odds of something going wrong on them because of age is probably pretty high. Now, the thing I love the most about Toyota MR2's is the freaking driving experience. It is the craziest feeling in the world to hear the whine of this supercharged engine. With this car over here, obviously it's not supercharged, so I don't hear a whine, but I hear the induction noises, which is just, it adds to the visceral experience of these cars. There's also the fact that it is so engaging to drive a mid-engine car fast. Obviously, because of the mid-engine layout with the short wheelbase, when these cars start to rotate, they go really quick. For a novice driver, that is a bit of an issue. Now, there is the other side to that. If you're an experienced driver with good throttle control, it is so easy to get these cars to rotate and so satisfying. In my opinion, it is just something you have to experience. Every car person should drive a mid-engine car. So to recap my list, number 5 is the price point. That would have been higher, but the prices on these cars are appreciating like crazy. I've seen them go for like 35K now. Number 4, oh, I can't do that right, whatever. Number 4 is the interior. I love how simple. Number 3 is the looks of the car. Point number 2 is you get Toyota reliability, and the last one is the driving experience. Anyways, I'd love to hear why you guys love Toyota MR2's in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video.